gentlemen, welcome to the game. We've got ourselves a Terran versus Protoss on Metropolis. Tim, who are our players?
Well, in the 12 o'clock position as your blue Terran player is going to be Fnatic's very own Nama. There he is, he's so beautiful. In the bottom left corner, at about the 859 position, is going to be NsHoSeo's very own Tassadar.
It's such a good thing that Goliath tells us who these players are. NsHoSeo.
Yeah. Who is this guy? So I'm kind of curious to see what Tassadar is going to go for. Gate number 1, like we said, very defensive. First off, because he scouted his opponent, saw that it was one base play a little bit. Couldn't really get a read of what he was going for, and knew his opponent knew that he went for one base play against Brave, which is his teammate. So from there, he just played defensively, and then followed up into a quick natural, followed up into his upgrade, just went up the chain in terms of attack. This game might be a little bit differently, of course. This map kind of lends to that kind of play as well.
Yeah.
But I think really Tassadar went for that play because of his initial scout. That's the only reason why he was so passive and defensive.
Yeah, no, it definitely does make a lot of sense. He saw those quick gateways as well, I believe.
Yeah.
So he could have actually been worried about pressure from Tassadar. That's
Yeah.
entirely possible. So in this situation, Nama, well, we'll see what kind of a game he decides to play. Versus Tassadar, you know, what would be your preferred style to go versus? I mean, Tassadar, he is definitely a skilled player in the later stages of the game, no doubt about that. But Alive seemed to respect his early game play a lot and played, extremely he just sat tight for so long. For 14 minutes is when he actually opted to finally take that third base.
And naturally in TVP, it's a little bit hard to do aggression medevac style. Just for the mere fact that if you lose your medevac, suddenly you're really far behind. You've lost a lot of units. But what I noticed about Tassadar is he got ready to defend his first push, or the first push that could have been a drop. He had his 2 sentries up in his main, but after that, he really didn't set up that well until about the mid-late game when he got his third for any more drops. I want to see a mid-game drop composition and multi-prong the heck out of Tassadar. I really think that Nama could do something in that regard. The thing is, I don't think Nama's really the fastest player I've ever seen in my life. Like I said, he's really good at siege tank pushes. He's really good at positional play. But a drop play may be a little bit out of his range.
Yeah, we'll see if he can, at least in his favor, he will have good spawning positions for drop play.
Yeah.
Though it's very predictable drop play. I guess we will say that.
That's true.
Okay, we spawn close by air. Let me guess where you're going to drop me. Whereas, if you're in this cross position, well, you can drop here, you can drop here. It's also going to be something that maybe Tassadar will expect. So we'll have to wait and see what he opts to go with. Nama, of course, is now going to be wrapping up his factory and a bunker on the low ground.
So a similar opening here for Nama compared to Alive. He did fall up into the gas after the racks, falling into a factory right away here. No second gas quite yet here, so he wants to go ahead and move into Hellion play here, and there's that first Hellion being queued up right away. Now we move into a command center right afterwards. It could be a bit of a possibility, a little bit faster compared to Alive's build, and I would actually prefer to have it, especially seeing Tassadar's expansion here.
Yeah, but he is pulling quite a bit of gas, and there's the starport going down now for Nama. So he actually waits a while with his starport.
Yeah.
He didn't rush it out by any means. This could really mean 2 things. He's only sitting on 1 gas, so he could be going for a cloaked Banshee play with 1 gas and just make 1 Banshee here. The starport's only got about another 30 seconds left on it, so he's only going to have about 180 gas, though. It's more than likely we're going to see just a Banshee out of it, but the other thing is that you can actually accrue more Hellions instead, and you can go for the medevac. And all this means is you'll actually have 3 or 4 Hellions when you go for your medevac play, because you've just had so much more time to build it. And there is the medevac, so what you can actually do here is just send the Hellions down here. They're so much faster than the medevac, and then just beeline this medevac. But he may just play it safe, pick it up here, and fly it over the sky, because the Xel'Naga Tower is still held by Tassadar.
Go the long route, always great here. I would like to have the Marine clear out the Xel'Naga, though, because that makes immediately Tassadar go down his natural a little bit and be ready for any type of push that might be coming. If you have a Marine or anything coming to clear Xel'Naga, okay, maybe some aggression's coming down the middle of the gut here. I need to make sure I'm ready at my natural, and that'll actually pull some units away from his main. So Nama can actually do some aggressive play. And there we go, Hellions. They do go to the bottom right Xel'Naga. Does that Marine go clear out that Xel'Naga at the top left? Where'd he go? It
looks like he wants Tassadar to think that there's not even pressure on the way. This medevac should skirt around the edge of this Xel'Naga and never be seen. We'll see if he makes a mistake here, or if he plays this absolutely perfect, and it seems like he knows his route just great. Tassadar has yet to see a single unit. He's got to be feeling pretty good. Let's take a look at what he's got in his base.
He's set up, though.
Yeah, he really is prepped for a drop.
He's just ready for a drop at any point here. Now, the Hellions would come into the natural, looks
what?
Like. Yep, straight into it. There is Stalker there. Immediately kills the medevac. Is he going to get it? Yeah, he gets it. Nice job. Guardian Shield is popped as well. and suddenly that drop is crushed, and suddenly Nama's feeling a little bit behind here. He has no command center to follow up. He's actually falling into a Banshee. The Hellions do come into the natural, though. They're going up that ramp. Have not really done any damage overall. I think he's killed about 2 workers here. Hellions caught there as well. Nice job in the force field, and this last Hellion might get a beeline. Nope, it doesn't get a shot off at all, and Tassadar holds that beautifully. What do you lose, 2 workers?
We can't even, Tim.
5 workers.
Tim, we can't even talk about how beautifully he just held that.
Scarlett Johansson beauty, man. That's the way I put it. It was beautiful. Beautiful. So Natural's up here, chrono boosting out Proobs right away.
Oh my god.
There is no command center follow-up. Nama is going to walk in here with some Banshees, maybe do some Raspid, but at this point, Tassadar can afford to, lose like 7, 8 probes?
Oh, he can do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that was possibly play of the day worthy there out of Tassadar. How immaculately he held that. He had everything perfectly distributed for a perfect concave against that medevac. He even stepped forward with the middle stalker at the ideal time.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous.
Perfect. And make it look like, oh, there's only one stalker here. I can drop and kill everything. Oh,
Phenomenal.
snap, I'm dead. Like, that's such a pain in the rear. So Nama, again, is going to go ahead and move forward here. He's moved into Siege Tank, a couple of Marines as well. He's followed up into another Rax.
He's going for a 1-1-1, man, and I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah.
He just didn't get enough. What do you say about the 1-1-1? You want to go for the Nexus first builds against it. Tassadar, I mean, played as greedy gets to still hold that build off.
Yeah, there's a couple of 1-1-1 builds, a 9, 11, and then there's a 13. And each one just compoundedly stronger, but he lost a lot of strength with that first medevac dying off, as well as the 3 Hellions. This is basically an 11-minute push, or a 9-minute push coming out of the 11-minute mark. And at that point, we have Tassadar having enough units on the field. He has the Immortals ready to go. He kills the Siege Tanks immediately here. He has a decent amount of Stalkers to deal with the Banshee. The Marines just died as Zealots. Everything looks bad here for Nama. He's going to try, though. He's grouping a lot of units off. I wouldn't actually be a little bit too... I don't know. I'm ready to say that he should pull some SCVs, actually, with that. Like, straight up. Just pull some SCVs after Siege Mode is done and go for the all-in. There's nothing he can do if he doesn't kill him at this point.
Yep, we'll be waiting for those to leave in just a minute. Now they're on their way. The train, ladies and gentlemen, will be arriving at Tassadar Station, and with it will be the end of this match. So we'll see if it's going to end with Tassadar's death or if Nama is in fact going to be repelled.
Nice job by Nama, pulling back the units so they weren't spotted by that lone Zealot that did pop up. But here we go. Banshee's going straight in the main, and actually his whole entire army is outside of the natural here, so these Banshees are going to do some damage. But a great pull from Tassadar will slow down the damage, of course. The Stalker's getting a couple of free shots here. And here comes Nama pushing down the middle of the map. Here we go.
So many Immortals. There's not a lot of Stalkers here, though, so not a lot of answers to these Banshees, but they don't have Cloaks, so should be too difficult. Overall, it's just the Marines he's got to contend with.
All right, he doesn't want these bunkers to go up. Those are really, really important here. Going to go ahead and engage. Zealots are taking a lot of the damage here from the Siege Tanks with Siege Mode. We do have Stalkers in the high ground as well, doing a little bit of damage. The Banshees are ready to increase frame, focusing down the sentries right away, but it looks like just barely he's going to be able to push it back. I would like him to pull back real quick, get some Zealots worked in, but it actually is enough. He kills everything. Nice job here from Tassadar, holding the push. Textbook hold. And
that's it, folks. Tassadar with 56 supply after all this. Unless Nama can kill pretty much every probe here, which is not going to happen. In fact, Stalker's warping in, going to force the GG.
Well played there by Tassadar, man. Surprising me today. Definitely, NsHoSeo up in the lead here. Now they're going to be up 4-2.
They are, and with that, actually, guys, it looks like they do not have another player to field, in fact, so it is going to be a forfeit here out of Fnatic Raid Call, as they were only a game away from defeat and did not have another player.
No good, man. No good.
Well, let's say that Tassadar had quite a showing. I'm incredibly impressed. I will definitely be going back and taking a look at the defense on that game, because I want to see if that's play of the day worthy. I think it might be.
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't expecting Tassadar to beat Alive. Alive was doing very, very well in the 3 games he won, I believe. No, 2 games.
Yeah.
He was doing really, really solid in terms of multitasking, of course, following the right build orders, and just executing really, really greatly. But Tassadar coming out, shutting Alive down, and of course, following up with Nama. So GG, man, those were a good series.
Really was. Well, guys, that's actually going to tie it up for us here today at the IPTL Contender Division. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Tim, I had fun casting with you for the first time,
man. We haven't casted forever.
In the IPTL studio.
Yeah, it's really, really cool here to be at IPL. And then again, we haven't casted since IPL 5. We only had that one series, and then before then, months. So.
And that was like main stage, nerve-wracking. You just won a competition.
Yeah, that one was crazy. Like, and my TBT casting is kind of like lackluster. So, anywho, guys, Thank you so much for watching tonight. Make sure to give us feedback as a duo, of course. We're going to be casting for you actually majority of next week as well because Kevin Naki won't be back until next Friday.
No, that's a great point, though. If you're like, hey, these guys are a little bit bland, let us know. We'll put some mustard on next time,
That guy's lisp. It's too much. I can't deal with it. You and mustard, dude. That's all he's been talking about like the last 3 to 4 days.
Hot sauce. No, hot sauce is where it's been.
Hot sauce and mustard.
If you ever want to get, if we're ever at an occasion together and you just need to like get some lame present for me, it's just a bottle of Tabasco sauce. It's that easy.
Don't give him presents. Don't do it. He'll get all excited and have a huge ego for a couple of days and I'll have to deal with it. Thanks again, guys. Listen here. Go ahead and follow my buddy. Kibbles over here, twitter.com/Kibbles. And then, of course, if you want to give feedback, go ahead and send it my way, twitter.com/RobinTivo. I think that's it for us, man.
Yeah, that's going to tie it up. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great evening, guys.